What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Good. Chris, for you, I think maybe your first three catches, but you had three catches on third down to move the sticks. You get the touchdown. You only got in the end zone 4 times last year.
Yeah.
I mean, everything, the blocking, the run game. Did it just feel like you again? Like, it's a simplistic way to put it, but
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. Just back doing like a lot of things that I'm accustomed to doing over the last like 4 or 5 years or so. It was a lot of fun. I felt good being in a lot of those tough positions. Obviously, like when you're in the slot, it's a little bit like easier to disguise if you're going to be run blocking or running a route, going inside, going outside. It's like it gives you a lot of flexibility. So having a lot of fun, but we got a lot of stuff to clean up.
Mike said during training camp you looked like 2019 Chris Godwin. Is that who we're looking at today?
I mean, I think you're looking at 2024 Chris Godwin. Look, always looking to go up. Like I understand what he's getting at, but for me, it's always trying to take it like the next step up, right? Like if I'm living in the past, then like I'm doing shit wrong. I'm grateful for where I'm at. I'm grateful for the experiences that I've gotten to have, because all of those have gotten me to where I'm at now, and I'm just fortunate to be here.
Chris, I think 8 of 9 of your receptions went for first downs.
I missed what? Say it again.
8 of 9 of your
8 of 9.
receptions went for first downs.
That's it.
Missed one, but
Yeah.
can you just talk about the relationship, the chemistry, and the trust you and Baker have for him to constantly look for you on those plays, whether they're third and short or third and long, and you're able to make them?
Yeah, I mean, it's just something that it's a chemistry that we've been building and continuing to build, because it's a chemistry there between me and him, but also between me, and the coaches. I take a lot of pride in my teammates trusting me to make those plays, and whenever I'm out there, I'm trying to convert as much as I can. I'm aware of how that impacts the defenses, like their defense as well as our defense. Like the longer we can be on the field, the less our defense gets tired, and the better chance we have of scoring. So the more that I can be a part of like the positive portion of that, the happier that I am.
Speaking of coaches, what can you say about the job that Liam Cohen did in his Bucs debut? I think he responded like one time.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's a pretty hot first start, right? And again, we left some meat on the bone out there. There were some plays that we could have executed a lot better on, but I think for our first game, I think Liam would probably say that he's pretty happy with how he was calling things, and I think as players we were happy as well. We got to spread it around a bunch. A lot of guys got involved. Got a nice mix of run, pass, screens, and then obviously it helps when you have 6 out there, running the show.
Chris, it's only week 1, but you were part of a couple teams in 2020, 2021, average 30 points per game.
Yeah.
And you guys had a lot of success doing that. Do you feel like this is an offense with the pieces you have, and the play caller, that you guys can get back to that level this year?
Yeah, I think that we have the potential to be, a really, really dominant offense. But, I mean, it doesn't mean anything if we don't go out there and put it on the field, right? Like, it was one game, and we're really happy with how many points that we scored. But again, there were 3 possessions where we felt like we should have gotten touchdowns, right? And I think if we're just so focused on the number, right, I think we're looking at the wrong thing. I think if we're trying to focus on execution, then when things get tough, right, like when things start to get sticky and we're able to execute in tough moments, I think that'll be the determining factor in how successful of an offense we are.
can you describe the rub route that you and Mike ran? You guys have done that, both of you taking that.
What about?
It's like the touchdown. Well, when Mike, I know it. It was just a route. And
Yeah.
he was covered.
Nah, it was I think Mike did a phenomenal job. It was a great play call. I think the defensive back, I don't think he necessarily saw it coming. I think because obviously it's low red, and things get pretty sticky right there. So I think Mike did a great job of just selling it, just kind of getting in his way. He has a route to run too, because if mine doesn't pop open, right, then he has to be available. So I think it just worked out for us. Perfect call for a perfect situation. See how it goes next time.
I know that you want to enjoy this win.
Yeah.
But up next is the Detroit Lions, and I think a lot of guys, maybe yourself included, have circled this game on the schedule when it came out. Just talk about your desire to go up there. This team swept you last year in those 2 games, and maybe getting that taste out of your mouth with the win if you can. So.
I mean, to be honest, I can't speak for everybody else, but I don't necessarily circle individual games, because it's the NFL and every game is hard. I think if you're going there just circling a handful of games as the ones that you got to get up for, I think you're going to find yourself on the wrong end of a lot of games, right? Like everyone gets played like this. Everyone at this level is the best in the world, and you have to give everyone that same respect. Like that's exactly how we approach this game, right? And we're going to approach the next game with the same respect. Like they're a great team, right? But everyone's like only going into week 2 now, so everyone has to go out there and prove that they're worthy of being considered like a dominant team. What happened last year was last year, and it doesn't have any bearing on this year, right? Like I'm sure they'll probably say the same thing. Like if they go out there leaning on the things that they did last year, they're probably not going to be too happy.
A few more, please.
What can you say about the job that Baker did today?
I'm sorry?
What can you say about the job that Baker did today?
Always impressed with his resiliency. I think that he proves time and time again that he's a fighter. He's a leader. He's always out there trying to make the plays, right? Like he always wants to win. Like he's never trying to concede on any possession. And I think that those types of things are very infectious for a locker room. Like if you look around, everyone loves Baker. And I think who he is very genuine, which is why people love him. So can't say enough good things about him. Happy he's on our side.
He missed J-Mac. He missed J-Mac a couple of times. He missed J-Mac a couple of times early. One, I think, he thought he probably should have caught. But just to have that third guy, right, whether it's him or Trey, to come through and he gets his first catch, is a touchdown. What was it like telling the young guy to stay with it?
Yeah, it's sick. Like it's very, very sick, man. Because all of us have been there. Right? Like you get in the league and you're just so eager to make a play, and like it may not necessarily go your way the first couple of times, but just staying with it, being persistent, being in the moment, which is like what all of us were telling him, just like stay in it. Like the time will come, and for his first catch to be a touchdown, like I'm sure he's pleased about that. It was cool to see. He's a good kid. Brings a lot of energy to the room. He has a lot of talent, but like you said, we got him, we got Trey, we got Cam, we got guys in our room that can really make plays. It's just a matter of like when the opportunity presents itself.
What can you say about your secondary? You had one healthy cornerback on the outside that finished the game. Christian Izzian didn't even play outside corner in college. You said the last time he did was high school.
Yeah.
What can you say about those guys and the way they were able to rally?
It's a tough bunch over there. Like I'm sure none of them came to this game expecting that we're going to be down to one like healthy corner. But hats off to them for being able to step up and to make the plays when needed. It's a tough league. Like, injuries happen, unfortunately, and for guys to be able to step up and to execute at a high level against, again, NFL guys, like they got good guys over there. So it was no small feat to be able to step in and make those plays. So I'm very impressed with them, and I'm just happy with how the team played. Now it's time to get better.
Last question to Evan.
Yeah, just Chris, with the situation that's happening on defense with all those injuries, on the offensive side, do you take note of that or say, hey, we gotta take some added responsibility here, make sure that we have their back and do what we can?
Yeah, I think so. I think that you realize that like when guys are down on defense, like you only carry 46 active, right? Like there's a limited amount of guys. So if the defense is down on numbers, we can only they can only do so much. So as an offense, you take the responsibility of trying to extend your drives. One, because you're trying to score, but two, you don't want to put your defense in a bad spot to be on the field for more plays than they need to, because that puts them at a disadvantage. And I think whenever you're able to play complementary football, that's when you're at your best. So we're always trying to do that.
All right, thanks guys.
Thanks guys. Y'all be safe.
Locker room's closed.